Today's gorgeous. Beautiful day today. So last episode, we rode my lowrider ST Tobacco Fade, and this is another bike I have. This is the Ducati Monster 2007 S2R 1000. This is a very classic bike from that era. I think is one of the better Ducatis as far as monsters anyway, and in general, like overall, it's just a great bike. It's set up as a cafe racer, as you can see. Um, Slip-on exhaust, stock headers. Was thinking about changing the headers and put new pipes on there. Dry clutch, black clip-ons. I mean, this is a gorgeous, gorgeous bike. As you can see, bar and mirrors. Really nice bike to add to the collection, to my stable. I have 5 bikes total. As I do each episode, I release each bike and then I'll slightly talk about it. But I really like this bike. This is my newest one, and it's really clean. You know, price was right, and I just always wanted this particular bike. I had the opportunity to get one in red, however, um, it was a little too much what they wanted, so I got it in black instead. So let's hear it. Let's hear this bike. Let's hear this. All right. I have to put gas in it. I don't think I put gas in this bike. I don't believe I did. There we go. Let it rev a little bit. So yeah, so this is my newest bike, Ducati Monster. Uh, New ones are nice, but they look like bugs to me, like Transformers or whatever. Um, and this one just looks more classic. Reminds me of the Batman movie, the Batman, the bike he rides, and the Tron Legacy bike. Kind of always wanted a bike like that, something very sleek, very dark, you know. But yeah, man, I'm really digging this bike. It's beautiful. It has 24,000 miles on it, and love it. I have no complaints about it so far. Um, I see how she rides. Oh, I'm not used to this bike. Okay. Let's try again. I'm not used to the bike yet. As I ride it, got a good feel for it. So yeah, why I ride, or why do I ride alone? Um, it's a good question. I don't know. It's like very zen like. Feels quiet, kind of calming. It feels fresh. Day like today, we're like at around 60 degrees today in the Bronx, and it's really nice. Very very um very nice temperature for the Bronx. Really digging it. So Why ride alone? I mean, listen, I'm single and kind of like it that way. I want to just be able to get on my bike and go wherever I want without having to ask anybody for permission or anything like that. I really like the solitude that comes with being single. Um, and then with that lends very well, in my opinion, to riding motorcycles. You know, I don't really ride with a big group or anything like that, like other vloggers. You know, I just kind of do my own thing. However, there's a small group I ride with here and there, but nothing big, nothing major. Oh man, this bike is visceral. Ducati really makes some nice bikes, man. I really enjoy their L twin or V twin engine. It's it's nice. Um, yeah, well, riding alone is kind of an awesome feeling. It really brings you peace. You don't go home to a headache. You ride and you go home and do whatever you're gonna do at home. Relax, and then you go back out and ride again. It's a nice feeling. Um, if I'm upset about something, I'm angry about something, I just jump on my bike and I go. Uh, it's not like anything I've ever felt really. I started riding at 40. I'm 49 right now. I started riding at 40 years old, and I never looked back. What got me riding really was I had a dream. I think it was like 2014 or 13 that I was on a Harley and I was just riding out in the sunset and it just felt really good. So that's what got me wanting to go to the dealership and look around. So I was looking around and I was like, I'm scared. It's maybe I shouldn't. I was even considering getting like a Vespa at that time. Are cool little machines, but they're not motorcycles. You know. So I decided maybe I should get a motorcycle. You know, see what it's like. But when I went to the dealer and I was like, well, is it dangerous? He just looked at me and like, oh yeah. Yeah, of course it's dangerous. It's not, you can die, I mean, he was trying to sell me the bike, but he was also trying to be real about it. And the time seemed like it was so much money, at that time to finance one. So I don't know. I wasn't sure. People convinced me not to do it. So I ended up getting a Mazda Miata instead. I started leasing one, and it was fun, but it wasn't a motorcycle. I like cars too, but like those roadsters, they're nice, they're fun. They, they give you that feel of shifting gears and high rev, but they're not motorcycles. So I still felt it wasn't enough. I'm like, yeah, it was safer than a motorcycle, but I knew I needed more. So fast forward 2016, I pulled the trigger. And I got an Iron 883 from Harley Davidson, New York City. And it was different. It was a different experience buying a motorcycle from a dealership because I'm like, I don't even know how to get this thing home. So I had a friend come with me because I didn't even have a permit. Or maybe I did. I don't remember. Yeah, I had a permit, but I didn't have a license. And I've never ridden a motorcycle. And here I am buying a motorcycle. I can't even drive it home. I have to get a friend to drive it for me while I followed him. And as soon as we got, to like my area, it's like a little area you can kind of ride around, and without any training at all, I just said, let me figure this out. I knew how to ride stick, so I knew I could figure it out, and I did. Um, and I never looked back after that. And eventually I took the course, got my license, and became legit. Yeah. So that's how I started writing, really, and I've always been a solo writer since that time. Never really read too much of groups. I've rode with FXDLS Brooklyn a few times, a few other groups, and it was nice. It was fun riding with groups, but it really wasn't my thing. At least not yet, anyway. I kind of am the type of person to just get up and go. I don't wait for anyone. It's a calming experience riding a motorcycle, and it's like you're one with the bike. It's not like a car. A car is just functional. You get to where you have to go, and that's it. But a motorcycle, it's functional, but yet it's part of you. It's like your legs. It's just part of who you are. Yeah, the look of the bike, the personality. Sometimes I feel like I have 5 different personalities because I have 5 different motorcycles, and each one says a little bit about me. This particular one, this cafe racer style monster, the way it's set up, it says a little bit about me. It's a little bit rebellious, a little bit dark, very analog, very old school, and that's a little bit about how I am. I appreciate old technology and old things that just that didn't really rely on like electronics or anything like that. So I tend to gravitate to those kind of bikes that don't do things for you, even though they may not be as safe. But I don't know. I think these are just a lot more fun. So yeah, the fact that I can work on my own stuff, maybe put an exhaust on, maybe change a fairing or tune it. You make it your own. And then you go somewhere and you show it off, maybe like a bike meet. And maybe, yeah, I'll ride with a few friends here and there. I am planning the trip to Milwaukee to go to the Harley Davidson event, Homecoming. I will be there. I'm just debating whether I want to ride there solo or with a friend, or if I'm going to trailer my bike. I'm leaning more towards just riding there. It's like an adventure. From here, it's about 11, 12 hours. Could be a little more, because I'm going to stop in the middle. So I'm excited to do that. I never really took a long trip like that before. I've been riding for about 10 years or so, 9 years, and I've never taken a long trip. So I think it's about time I start spreading my wings and go somewhere far. I've done it with my car. Like I jumped in my car and drove to Florida, but never on my motorcycle. So I have to kind of physically and mentally prepare myself for that journey. I'm no FXDLS Brooklyn when it comes to that, or Von Asphalt. But hey, I can learn, man. I can try to figure it out, and I might enjoy it because I do love traveling, and I love photography and filmmaking, and I can make it into a little mini documentary or get some really great pictures, of the journey. Something nice and artistic. So yeah, nothing like riding a motorcycle solo, man. Right now we're approaching New Rochelle. And for those of you who don't know where New Rochelle is, it's in Westchester. It's like right past the Bronx and going right into a different area. Just call it New Rochelle. So yeah, so I'm on my way to the Harley dealership. There's one right here called Empire Harley, and I'm just gonna go to look around and see what they got. I usually go. I know the guys there, and they're awesome dudes. If you want a bike and you live in the New York City area, I'd go there, speak to Fab or Angel, and tell them Marvin sent you. Oh man, this is awesome. I love this. This bike is so torquey. This is like the second time I ride this bike, and it just feels like it kind of feels like a Harley in some ways. I think it's a V-twin, but it has that torque. I love torque. I don't know if I can get into an inline four, because it's not as much torque, and they have to be in the high RPM range to utilize all that speed, all the power. So yeah, so on my way to Harley now. Pick up a few things. Just see what's going on. See what's going on in the world of Harley today. See what they have in stock. I am not buying another bike. Not for a while. But I am going to look. I am definitely going to look to see what they have. See what calls to me. Not what calls to me, but I just like to see what they have. Calling to me sounds like I'm going to buy something. I'm not. I have enough bikes for now. I would be welcome to trading one in at some point, just not right now because I'm very happy with what I have. So today you're seeing the Ducati Monster, and it's a great bike to have if you're into these kind of bikes. It's a fun little ride. So yeah, thank you guys for, there you go, Empire Harley. Thank you guys for coming through and checking out my channel. This is my second episode. And I'm trying to make this my own. I'm not trying to make it like any other channel. I'm just trying to make it different. I'm going to talk about various kind of bikes, not just Harleys. Talk about Indian. Talk about Ducati. Talk about Harleys. Talk about all bikes. It's not just Harley. So, yeah, come back. There's going to be more. Really looking forward to building this channel and growing. And as the days goes on, I'll reveal all the bikes I have and the work I'm going to do to it. For this one, I got to clean it up. The chain's a little dirty. And everything's just grungy and dirty. And I want to see if I can find some supplies here to buy. Has crash guards. A lot of cool stuff here, man. Slip-ons, and I might change. I mean, this kind of looks cool, but this has to go. And either that or clean it up really good. But yeah, look at the front view. I'm gonna keep this headlight. I like the fact that it looks old school. Well, yeah, the very nice Ducati Monster S2R 1000. Thank you guys for coming through. See my previous episode. Like, subscribe, click that bell icon, and see you in the next one.